Every morning, before the world wakes up, before the phone rings, before the noise of life enters your mind, there's a sacred moment. A few quiet minutes when it's just you and yourself. What you say in that moment determines how you live your day and how you build your life. You see, most people underestimate the power of self-talk. They wake up and immediately start listening to the news, to social media, to other people's opinions. But the truly successful? They speak. They speak to themselves. Because they understand one truth: your life moves in the direction of your words. Jack Ma once said, "If you don't believe in yourself, no one else will." And that's not just a quote, it's a principle. Every morning, you must learn to talk to yourself like a leader, not a follower, like a creator, not a victim. So today, I want you to start your day by speaking 5 lines to yourself every morning. 5 sentences that can change the energy of your mind, the confidence in your heart, and the direction of your destiny. Line 1. I am capable. It sounds simple, but it's powerful. Every day, life will try to convince you that you are not enough. Maybe you failed an exam, maybe your business struggled, maybe someone rejected you. But that doesn't define you. What defines you is what you choose to believe after failure. When Jack Ma was rejected by Harvard 10 times, and even by KFC when they first opened in China, he didn't say, "I'm not good enough." He said, "I'll learn, I'll grow, I'll try again." That's what capability truly means. It's not about being the best. It's about never giving up on becoming better. Tell yourself this every morning. I am capable. I can learn. I can adapt. I can succeed, because the mind listens. And when your mind believes you can, your body starts to follow. Line 2. I am responsible for my life. Responsibility is freedom. Most people think success comes from luck, but in reality, it comes from ownership. When you stop blaming others for your circumstances, you start finding solutions. Jack Ma once said, "Don't complain. Look for opportunities in every problem." That's a philosophy that built Alibaba from a small apartment into one of the biggest companies in the world. When you wake up and say, "I am responsible for my life," you stop being a victim of your circumstances. You stop saying, "My parents didn't support me," or "The economy is bad." Instead, you start asking, "What can I do today to change my situation?" That's when miracles happen. Not overnight, but over effort, because responsibility transforms you from a dreamer into a doer. Line 3. I am grateful for what I have. Gratitude is not about being satisfied. It's about being grounded. Even when life is tough, there's always something to be thankful for. Your breath, your health, your ability to try again. Jack Ma often reminds entrepreneurs, when you're small, be patient and grateful. Great things take time. Gratitude turns pressure into perspective. It helps you realize that you already have enough to begin. You don't need perfect conditions, you just need a willing heart. When you say, "I am grateful," you train your mind to see abundance instead of lack. And when you focus on abundance, you attract more of it. Line 4. I will not compare myself to others. Comparison is a silent thief of joy. In this digital age, we wake up and instantly measure our worth against what we see online. Someone's success, someone's vacation, someone's perfect life. But remember this: people post their highlight reels, not their behind the scenes. Jack Ma once said, "Never compare yourself with others. Compare yourself with yesterday." That's wisdom, because success isn't about being better than others. It's about being better than who you were yesterday. When you compare less and focus more on your own growth, life becomes lighter. You stop chasing validation and start chasing improvement. So tell yourself every morning, "I am running my own race. My time will come." Line 5. Today, I will take one small step forward. Big dreams are achieved through small, consistent actions. You don't need to make giant leaps every day. You just need to move forward. Even one step counts. Jack Ma built Alibaba through persistence, not perfection. He said, "Today is hard, tomorrow will be worse, but the day after tomorrow will be sunshine." When you tell yourself, "Today, I will take one small step," you remove the pressure of perfection. You stop waiting for motivation and start creating momentum. And momentum, my friend, is the real key to success. Now imagine this. You wake up every morning and repeat these 5 lines. I am capable. I am responsible for my life. I am grateful for what I have. I will not compare myself to others. Today, I will take one small step forward. These are not just affirmations. They are mental commands. They rewire your thoughts, refocus your energy, and rebuild your confidence. Because when you speak to yourself with belief, the universe starts listening too. So tomorrow morning, before the sun rises, before you check your phone, stand in front of the mirror and speak. Not softly, but with conviction. Speak these 5 lines and feel the shift. Because success begins not when the world believes in you, but when you believe in yourself. You see, your mornings decide your direction. What you say to yourself when no one's watching, that's the real test of leadership. And remember this, Jack Ma didn't start with confidence. He built it, line by line, day by day, failure by failure. And if he can, so can you. So ask yourself this, what will you tell yourself tomorrow morning? Because that conversation could change your life. And now that you know the 5 lines to speak each morning, the next question is, how do you make them real? How do you turn words into results, motivation into movement, and faith into action? Words have power, but only when they become action. You can say, "I am capable," 1,000 times, but if you don't move your hands, if you don't use your time, if you don't act on what you believe, those words remain echoes. The truth is, speaking these 5 lines every morning is only the beginning. The real transformation begins when you start living them. You see, words are seeds. When you plant them in your mind every morning, they need 3 things to grow: belief, action, and consistency. Without those, even the most powerful affirmation will fade away like a dream you can't remember. Jack Ma often says, "Talk is easy. Do it." That's the secret to everything he's achieved. He didn't just speak of success. He acted, failed, learned, and tried again until his words turned into reality. So how do you do the same? How do you live those 5 lines? Let's break them down, not as quotes, but as habits. I am capable. Build proof for your belief. Every time you take action, even a small one, you build evidence that you are capable. Confidence doesn't come from shouting, "I can." It comes from doing something that proves you can. Think of capability as a muscle. You can't grow it by thinking about it. You grow it by using it. So each day, do something that challenges you. Make that call. Send that email. Study that chapter. Learn that skill. Jack Ma didn't know how to code. He wasn't a tech expert. Yet he built one of the biggest e-commerce companies in the world because he focused not on what he couldn't do, but on what he could learn. He once said, "You don't need to be the smartest person in the room. You just need to surround yourself with people who are smarter and learn from them." So remind yourself, every time you try, you're proving your capability. Every small success adds a new brick to the foundation of your belief. I am responsible for my life. Stop waiting. Start owning. Responsibility is not a burden. It's a superpower. When you say, "I am responsible," you take control away from the world and put it back into your own hands. You might not control everything that happens, but you control how you respond. Lost a job? You can learn a new skill, got rejected. You can try a new path, failed a business. You can start again, smarter this time. Jack Ma said, "When people complain, there's opportunity." And he's right. Because responsibility is the ability to respond, not react, not retreat, but respond with wisdom. Start today. Don't wait for perfect conditions or perfect timing. Just take ownership of one thing you've been avoiding. A project, a decision, a dream, and act on it. Because when you own your life, you own your future. I am grateful for what I have. Use gratitude as your energy. Gratitude doesn't make you passive. It makes you powerful. When you focus on what's missing, you drain your energy. When you focus on what's present, you create strength. Every morning, think about 3 things you already have. No matter how small. Maybe it's your health. Maybe it's your family. Maybe it's the fact that you still have time to try again. Jack Ma once said, "We are never short of money. We are short of people with dreams." Gratitude fuels those dreams because it reminds you that you already have enough to begin. Try this. Each day, write one thing you're grateful for and then use that gratitude as motivation to move forward. Because thankfulness opens the door for more blessings. I will not compare myself to others. Run your own race. This is one of the hardest lines to live. Comparison kills confidence. It makes you feel behind, even when you're progressing. The truth is, your timeline is yours alone. Some people succeed at 25, others at 45. Some people find purpose early, others find it through struggle. But as long as you keep going, you're not late. You're just becoming. Jack Ma once reflected, "Before 30, follow someone. After 30, do something for yourself. Before 50, focus on what you're good at. After 50, teach others." This shows that life is not a race. It's a journey of stages. So next time you feel behind, remind yourself, you're not in competition with anyone. You're in collaboration with your own growth. Keep improving quietly. Let your results speak loudly. Today, I will take one small step forward. Make progress your habit. The secret to great success is consistency. Not speed, not luck, not genius, but daily movement. A small step may not seem like much, but it compounds. One day of effort leads to momentum. 1 week of effort builds discipline. 1 year of consistent effort changes your entire life. Jack Ma didn't become successful overnight. For years, no one believed in his vision. People laughed at his ideas. But he took small steps every day, convincing, improving, learning. And those small steps created an empire. So tell yourself every morning, I may not be there yet, but I'm moving forward. Because that's all it takes. Movement creates miracles, turning the 5 lines into a lifestyle. Here's the truth. You won't always feel motivated. Some mornings, you'll doubt yourself. Some days, you'll feel like quitting. That's normal. But that's also why these 5 lines exist. They are anchors. When life shakes you, they hold you steady. When fear whispers, they speak louder. When failure hurts, they remind you you're still capable, still responsible, still grateful, still unique, still moving forward. Make them part of your daily routine. Write them on your mirror. Say them before every big meeting. Whisper them when you're tired, because repetition builds belief, and belief builds destiny. Jack Ma once told a crowd of students, "The worst people to serve are those who complain. The best people are those who see opportunity even in difficulty." You are one of those people. You're not waiting for life to happen. You're shaping it with your words, your habits, and your mindset. So tomorrow morning, when you wake up, don't rush into your phone. Don't check what others are doing. Look in the mirror and start your conversation with yourself. Because your words are the first step to your world. Say it proudly. I am capable. I am responsible for my life. I am grateful for what I have. I will not compare myself to others. Today, I will take one small step forward. These 5 lines are not just a morning ritual. They are a blueprint for a successful, peaceful, and purpose-driven life. And one day, when people ask you how you changed your life, you'll smile and say, "It all started with 5 lines I spoke to myself every morning." Because, in the end, success is not something you find outside. It's something you speak inside.